What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm here to do a playthrough of Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage by WizKids, published by WizKids. This is part of the D&D Adventure System. There's several other WizKids Dungeons and Dragons productions, board games like this. This is kind of a little bit of a special playthrough, though, because one of you guys, Gregory. It's time for the Cleric to go next. The Cleric, who is right here, is going to go, and he can go 1, 2. He can go. This is his movement. His movement's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can make it here. So let's go 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so he's going to move there. And that was his move. Then he's going to attack. Again, he's going to use his Blessed Stakes. So attack an adjacent monster. This attack deals +1 damage against undead. Alright, so not undead, but it is a normal. It will do damage, hopefully 16 plus 8, 24, more than enough to hit 14. And it does 1 damage. And if you remember the veteran card, he only had 1 health. He only had 1 health. So it actually does kill him. He goes to our pile. Take him off of this. And we draw a treasure card for Cleric. Then we have Fortune, an old map. It shows where It shows where some traps are. Play immediately. Choose and remove up to 2 trap tokens and play. They do not trigger. Oh, cool. So guess what? You guessed it. The only 2 trap tokens in play are gone. They don't trigger. Nothing happens. Now we don't have to worry about disarming them or finding an alternate path, which is even better. Because if that hadn't happened, we'd have had to either try to disarm them, risk them going off, or going all the way back over, and then, basically burned some time doing that, which would mean more event cards that we pulled, basically. Sweet. So that was his attack. He's moved, he attacked, drew the event, drew the treasure card. No, drew the treasure card. He hasn't drawn the event yet. The encounter, sorry. Okay, so I think I may have just got that in order. We'll see. Let me know if I got that in order. Elder Rune, we've seen this before. I'm gonna roll. We rolled a 4. So we're going to take the top Elder Rune card and resolve the Bane effect. It says, draw an unused trap token and take damage equal to that as shown on the token. If any, ignore any other result, return token to unused trap token pool. It's the Elder Rune Lebas Fire. Okay. So, man, that's not cool. And then this is discard after playing. So we'll put this encounter right back there. So, we're going to have to draw from the bag. Alright, so oh, Dart Trap. Right there, 1. That goes back into the pool, so it means it goes back into this bag. So he is going to take 1 damage. Cleric finally took a piece of damage. And so I'm going to put this on his token. I mean, on his card. And no monsters, no villains are active, no monsters are active. So, ta-da, that takes care of the Cleric. So now we're back to Fighter. What to do? I guess the easiest thing to do would be to maybe continue this way. Is that going to be the easiest thing to do? Probably. Alright, so he's got a movement of 5. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's his move, and then he gets another action, and we're going to choose to make the action 1, 2, to go to the edge of the board, basically. So that is that was his hero phase. Exploration phase, he is adjacent to something that's not been explored, so we're going to pull a tile. Oh my. And we're going to, okay, this is, the gauntlet. This is not good. That's what this is. So we have 4 traps, 1 treasure in the end. And traps on this tile deal +1 damage if they deal damage. So, that's gonna hurt if this goes off. Alright, so, and dang it. Man, why couldn't we? That is always how it happens, right? So we're gonna put those there. And then also, we're going to take and put a treasure token over here in the corner. And basically, if we get to that, then we get to draw a treasure card. Okay. So that is the exploration phase. We drew the dungeon tile and placed any traps. Then we have our villain phase. We did draw a tile and it's got a white triangle. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. It's vent wise, so Fighter is done. So now, I think we're going to go going this way. We're going to have to go that way next. So I'm going to switch over this way. And Sorcerer's next. So here to remind me. So he is going to... yeah, the thing is, I don't want him to run across that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So he could go this way. And then the Cleric could go over there and help him potentially. Kind of be by himself, though. They say never split the party, but... So we've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know we have at least 4 more tiles, potentially 3 more tiles that we know are not that underground room, and then within 4 of that. So 4 tiles, yeah. Oh man, let's risk it. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 6. That's his move, and then take an action. And then, of course, his action is going to be to go here. So that's his hero phase. Exploration phase, we're on an edge. So we're going to draw graves. Figures in the 4 center spaces of this tile. Ooh, have +1 AC. That's pretty neat. So that's going to go there. These exclamation marks don't have anything that's used those yet. Those would be if other stuff spawns out. Some traps, special traps and such, go on those tiles, but we haven't run into any of that yet. So let's pull our cards here. We have an intellect devourer. We've seen this guy before. And we have a veteran leader. We've not seen this guy before. Keep rolling the other one. Alright. And let's see, where are you at? There we go. So intellect devourer goes here. I think you can pick the order, like where you place them. It just, you really are supposed to call it, probably. And then leader, which I believe is this one. Veteran leader, yeah. Not good. These guys are pretty nasty. Villain phase. We placed a tile, did not have a triangle, so we did not have to draw an event, which is fortunate for us. We do not have anything that's considered a villain in play, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we activate the monsters. Intellect Devourer goes first. We've already seen him. He moves adjacent to the hero. If the Intellect Devourer is within one tile of a hero, which he is, the only hero, moves adjacent to the closest. And again, remember, like I said before, where we put them is key, because I know Cormac is going to be able to move next. 1, 2, 3. He can't get next to him, but 1, 2, 3, 4. He could get like one of those two tiles. So I'm going to put the Intellect Devourer there. It's going to do its attack. It's going to attempt to attack me with a +4. We're going to roll. It's trying to hit an AC of 16. Oh man, 18. Definitely hit. So it stuns me. Fortunately, no damage. So I am stunned. And then the veteran leader moves. And I'm going to put him right there. And he attacks. If the veteran leader is adjacent, he attacks him with 2 attacks. That's interesting. I should show you this. So the veteran leader actually has 2 attacks at the bottom. And if he's already standing beside you, he gets to attack with both of those. Otherwise, if he's within 1 tile, he attacks the closest hero with his longsword attack. So he's going to attack the closest hero with his longsword attack. So he's going to attack the Sorcerer with a longsword. That's 8, and that's 2 damage. Ooh, that'd be 2 out of 3 if that was the case. Not good. Alright, so here we go. +8. That's 16. Oh man, that just barely hit too. Dadgummit. Alright, so he takes 2 damage. And we don't have any way to counteract that. That's rough. Okay. Well, now we've got ourselves an issue. I mean, he's not going to die, but that does hurt health-wise. Alright, Cleric gets to go. He's a speed of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm looking at his cards. I've got a couple options. I could either, and let's go to the other camera to look at these. It's a little bit easier. Okay, so I could either go with Bane, which is going to, it says 3 monsters within a tile. Each of those monsters gain disadvantage. So I could put disadvantage on both of those monsters. Or I could use, during my hero phase, I can take 2 false life tokens and count them as extra hit points. So I could basically buff the Sorcerer. So I get either disadvantage or give the Sorcerer extra life. Or I guess I could do neither of those things, because the Sorcerer's going to be able... His Thunderclap... His Thunderclap is going to be able to attack each monster on the tile. So potentially he might be able to hit... but that veteran leader has... This veteran leader has 2 health. So that's going to be an issue. Dang. I think we're going to go with false life. So... So his action is going to be to use... I think he's going to use false life. Yeah. I think he's going to use false life. So I'm going to flip this card upside down, right, to show it's been used. And then I've got these 2 tokens. Let's say false life. So these both are going to go on to our Sorcerer. And so he has those. Whew. That's wow, that is rough. That's really rough. That's why you don't split the party. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have him. So really, he moved and then used that. Using that power card is not an action, as I understand it. So, yeah. And also, I haven't done this because it's not come up yet, but you can move and then do an action, or do your action and then move, according to the rule book, again, as I understand it. So, he moved twice, so he did not place a tile, which means he has to draw counter card. Event, lost. Without looking at it, take the bottom tile from the dungeon tile stack and place it on the top. Okay. So, there we go. Kind of sucks because it does bury that tile that we need. Discard that after playing. Does bury that tile that we need down there. And then he would activate any creatures he has, and he has no creatures. So, Cleric is done. The Fighter. He's got a movement of 5, so he could move 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he could at least get over there, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost get over there. Kind of catch up with the party. Or it's 1 damage less than trap tokens and trap cards. See, the only thing about, if I didn't, so he could get to that far. The only thing about exploring here is that if I go to this edge, okay, let's say that I don't even take damage from the traps. I'm still, I have to draw a tile, and there's still could potentially be monsters that I'm going to have to fight. So I'm going to risk fighting them alone. I mean, he has a way to deal with them where he can do potentially 3 damage, or a minimum 1 damage, regardless of even if he misses, but up to 3 damage. So he could take out several, but I don't know that I want to waste that. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I feel like I did that wrong. I think I was right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10. So he's going to go over there. And again, that's hero phase, exploration phase. Oops, he did not draw a place a tile. It says choose a trap within 2 tiles of your hero and trigger it as if your hero was on it. 1, 2, 1. So no traps. Oh, that's kind of lucky for us, because if we'd have gone over here, well, we would have drawn an event card. So that's the event card. He activates his monsters, of which he has none. And that is his turn. So now we're back to Marcon. So the thing with Marcon is he's stunned, which means when you're stunned, you basically lose your free move action. So whereas you would normally be able to say, like move and then attack, or move and then take an action, or he basically has 2 actions, one of which has to be move. He loses that. So he doesn't have his free move. But he can still choose for his 1 action to be his Thunderclap, which is will do 1 damage. Although, oh man, I hate to burn Thunderstep, which is a minimum of 1 damage and up to 3 damage. At the same time, he's pretty low on health. I think I'm going to have to burn it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use his Thunderstep. But that's okay. We're not really burning it. Remember, we get that Fountain of Magic. So, attack each monster on your tile, hit or miss. After this attack, place your hero on any square. So, it says on any square. Now, it doesn't say within 1 tile. It says any square. So, I could literally just jump to wherever I wanted. Wow. So, we're going to use this. I'm going to flip it. And this is going to be a +7. We want to roll high. Even if we miss, the Devourer is killed. The Veteran will take 1 damage. Hopefully, we'll roll high enough to get a 15. And it will kill the Veteran as well. Oh, my God. Oh. He rolled a 2. So he missed. So the Devourer takes a damage, which does kill it. And the Veteran Leader will take a damage, which does not kill him because he has 2. Man, that is no good. Just have to hope the leader. Oh wait, and then I can move to any square, any space. So it says if the leader is adjacent to a hero and attacks that hero. If the hero is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves. So he's going to thunder step, I guess, to here. The veteran, and this Intellect Devourer goes over here. He gets to draw treasure card for that. And he gets Helm of Teleportation. Used during your hero phase. Place your hero on any square. Interesting. Wish I would have helmed that first, because I'd have thunder stepped to here. And then use this on my next turn to put me back over there, so I could have got this without triggering the traps. Oh, well. Oh, and by the way, so when we did that daily power, let's look at Fauna Magic. So this says when you flip one of your daily or utility powers, and this Thunderstep was a daily power, place a Font Magic token on the card instead of flipping the power. If there are already 3 Font Magic tokens on this card, you may not use the ability. So what's going to happen is we're going to take one of these 3 tokens. We're going to put it on that card. So basically, now we could, we can still use that power or something else, utility or daily, twice more, and it doesn't actually flip, even though it says to flip. So we do still have that potentially, which is really devastating. But the thing is, Marcon is as you see, a glass cannon because he only has 3 HP. Okay, so the veteran leader triggers. It's adjacent to a hero, attacks with his long sword and its short sword. So his first attack is a +8, doing 2 damage, and he's going to be attacking the Cleric. So 12 plus 8 is 20, which is more than enough to hit the Cleric, so that's 2. And then a second attack is a +4. Oh my gosh. Which is also 16 and 4, more than enough. So the Cleric takes 3 damage. He already had 1 on him, so he has taken 4 total. Yikes. That's tough, as I don't really have a way to remove damage. Alright. We'll leave that there. So that takes care of the Sorcerer. Cleric's turn. He could move. And then he would have to attack. Yeah, so he's just going to use his Blessed Stakes. And he's going to attack the monster beside him. Gets +8 to this. 7 and 8 is 15, which is just barely enough to hit the veteran leader, which will kill the veteran leader. So we now have 2, 3, 4, 5. We now have 7 points worth of experience. So we could stop an event card if it's bad when we pull one here in a second. He's going to get a treasure card for that. This is going to be money. Again, for our purposes, that's not really going to matter. Normally you would hold on to that, and for the campaign, there's a way to keep that and use that to upgrade and whatnot. So really that doesn't do anything for us, essentially, when we're doing a standalone. Probably should take those out, maybe. I guess that might make it a little bit easier for you if you want a little bit easier game, or you just enjoy the thematics of always finding an item. You could take those out if you're not doing the campaign. That would certainly be an option. Alright, so that's this Hero's Fate. Exploration Phase. Let's take you out. You're gone, buddy. Exploration Phase. Well, he didn't flip over a tile, so he's got to pull an encounter. Oh, wow. Healing Energies. Each monster regains 1 HP. Those monsters on the board, fortunately. Awesome. So we won't spend any experience to try to stop that or anything. Let that happen. It doesn't matter. Fighter goes next. He's got 5 movement, so 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll go 4, doesn't matter. He can't do any other action. So that's his hero phase. Yeah. And we're going to draw a tile, flip it. Pretty open tile there. And we're going to put that just like so. And we have 2 monsters. So the first monster he gets is a veteran human. We'll put him right there. And let's see here. Nope, not that one. I think it's this one. Yep. So right there. Uh-oh. And then monster grung humanoid. It's one of these little bitty frog folk. It's, like I said, super tiny. He goes here. Alright. We drew it. We put the monsters out. That's exploration. Villain. If we didn't place a tile or place a tile with a triangle, we placed a tile and it had a white triangle, so we don't have an encounter. Villains, trigger, start, go. No villains. So the monsters go in order. So the veteran moves first. If the veteran is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero. So it is within 1 tile. And the closest is actually going to be the Cleric. So we'll put him right here. And he makes an attack. He's going to attack the Cleric with a +7. And this is going to be 1 damage. 7 and... Oh, wow. That's the full amount. Okay, so Cormac is going to take 1. That's 5. Now, here's the thing. So Cormac, his ability, Cleric of Mortality. Or sorry, Cleric of Mortality. Circle of Mortality. When you or another hero within 1 tile of you is reduced to 0 health. Well, he is. Roll a die on an 11 or higher, the hero is reduced to 1 HP instead. So we're going to roll this, hoping we get an 11 or higher. And we didn't. Okay. Dadgummit. Dude, you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job. Okay. We put, when we hit 0 hit points, the figure goes on its side. Okay. You can't do anything else. Any conditions that he may have had would go away. He didn't have any conditions. And basically, for purposes of following the AI, you pretend like he's not here. Yeah, and so what's going to happen is at the beginning of the hero's next turn, so whenever he goes again, he is going to have to spend one of these healing surges that we have to regain his health, and he'll come back with 4 health and all of his powers. Okay? So, yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Grunge goes, and Grunge is on the same tile as the hero. He is not. It's within 1 tile. It leaps to attack the closest hero with its dagger, then retreats to its starting space, effectively not moving. So he's got a +5 attack, so he's going to be attacking the fighter. So this +5, good lord, 18 +5, that's a hit. Does 1 damage. Man. So put that on Atka, and he gets it's 2 total damage. So that takes care of him. The Sorcerer goes next. I'm thinking of a number, and it's 720 now. Yeah, I'm thinking that he's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to use his Thunder Step again. And so he's going to use another fount. I know that's kind of like burning it, but I really don't want to take any more damage than I have to. And he's going to make an attack. +7. This attacks every creature on the tile. So it's a 14, which is just barely enough. 13 and 14 AC respectively. 13 for the grunge, 14 for the veteran. So he's actually going to kill both of them. They come off. Whew. I hate to burn that, but I want to take as little damage as possible, because when we do finally find these zombies, they are pretty nasty. Oh, wait a minute. I think this stun should have come off last round. I forgot to take it off. I don't think he was actually stunned. I may have just done that wrong. If I did, then that was not intentional. Draws a treasure card. What does he get? Silver. So, nothing for our intents and purposes. Alright. He did not place, so he has to draw an encounter card. Sneak attack. Oof. Sneak attack. Attack each hero on a tile with an unexplored edge. So, let's see here. Your group is attacked out of the darkness. So, actually both the fighter and the sorcerer will have attacks done against them. It says attack each hero, so I'm assuming they'd be separate rolls with a +9 and 1 damage and disadvantage. So which means it's going to be bad for them if they get hit. Alright, so we'll start with the fighter. So what we'll start with, +9, 9 and 8 is 17, which is just enough to hit him. So he takes another damage. Dang. And he gets disadvantage, which means that he's going to have to roll 2 d20s and take the worst roll the next time he attacks. Put that down there as a reminder. And Marcon is a 4 and 9. 9 and 4 is 13, which is a miss. Wow. Fortunate. I really didn't want him to take any damage anyway, so... Oh, wait a minute. No. We're not going to do that. They're not going to take those attacks. We're going to spend 5 experience. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 experience worth of cards to not deal with that event. Even though that turned out not too bad, I would have done that if I'd have thought about it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So, yeah. There's nothing to see here. Alright. And that will be the events. There are no monsters, so, or villains, none of those activate, so